In this lesson, we're going to talk about hierarchies. Hierarchies are a feature that's available to Power BI that allows users to drill down into their data. In this chart, we've got the sales data based on due date. By default, the date columns in Power BI contain the hierarchy built inside, so as soon as we add a date on the axis, the date gets broken into a hierarchy. Standard hierarchy goes in the following order: year, quarter, month, and day. So this is our chart. As soon as we hover over it, we see these arrows. So we can click on the arrow pointing down. This will enable the drill down. And if we click the two arrows pointing down, we can go to the next level down. From year, we're moving down to quarter. So this is the quarter level. If we press it again, we're going to move down to month level. And if we press it again, we're going to go down to day level. This is fine. However, in case we need to change the hierarchy, for example, maybe somebody doesn't want to have a year in it. Maybe somebody doesn't like the way quarter is displayed. Maybe somebody doesn't like the way day is displayed. It is something that cannot be achieved by default, so it requires an additional table or additional parameters to be built inside our data. So we're going to build all these different columns separately inside a new table where we can create our own custom hierarchy. So to begin, we're going to go to Modeling and choose New Table. Our modeling table will be called dim_date equals. We're going to start by calling a function called addColumns, because as any table, we need to have columns. So the main column would be a calendar column. So we're going to call out a function called calendar. It's going to ask us for start and end date. In our case, will be the min due date and the max due date. So comma, we're going to close that bracket, comma, max due date. Okay. So the main column is ready. Now we need to start adding the additional columns. The first column we're going to add would be quarter. Start by saying quarter. The code for quarter is format, asking for a date. So format the date as Q in quotation marks. This is how we get the quarter as the quarter number. Next thing we want is month. So we're going to ask for month. And Power BI has got the month function built in. If we say month and call out the date, this will return the number of the month. So this is something that we're going to need for the custom ordering that we're going to apply later on. So the next thing we're going to go for is day granularity. So we're going to say day. We're going to be using the format function again. So we're going to say format. We want to format the date as 4 times d, d. So this will return the day from Monday to Sunday, comma. We're also going to need day number. So day number. So we're going to call out a different function here called weekday. So weekday calls out the date, the return type. The first type would be Sunday will be 1, Saturday will be 7, Monday will be 1, Sunday will be 7. So our type would be 2. And final thing is we're going to be a bit creative with what we've got. So we're going to concatenate quarter with year. So we're going to say quarter / year. And this will be applied by saying format. Actually, we're going to start by saying Q in quotation marks, and format. So format date as quarter. We want to get the / inside the double quotation marks, and format date as 4 times y, which is the code for year. So now we're transforming the year inside so we're transforming the year to a string. We're going to press enter, and our custom table is good to go. Let's check real quickly our custom table. We're going to switch over to the data view, and we're going to select the dim_date table. So So currently we've got quarter, we've got month, we've got day number, quarter year. Another thing we can add is the month name. So we're going to add month name. So here we're going to say month name. And then we're going to get the month name by using the format function. We're going to call out the date and we're going to say 4 times m. This will return the month name as in full month name. Hit enter. So now we're going to get the month name as well. And now it's time for us to connect these two tables. So due date will be joined with dim date based on the date column. Now, as soon as we make the join, the due date will no longer be a date column. It will become a string. So if you go back to the view, report view, do you notice how our chart has changed? So due date no longer holds this hierarchy. Let's build a custom hierarchy inside dim date. So the first thing that we want to include in our custom hierarchy would be the quarter. So I'm going to right click on quarter. And I'm going to press new hierarchy. So new hierarchy will be created that contains the quarter. So quarter hierarchy, this is not how we want to call our hierarchy. So I'm just going to click on the 3 dots and I'm just going to press rename. And I'm going to call this custom hierarchy. We're going to press enter. And the first thing that we've got is the quarter inside, which is fine. However, let's add the month name. So we're going to drag month name on top of our custom hierarchy. So we got quarter, month name, and the final thing would be the day. So we're going to drag day on top of our custom hierarchy. I'm going to have quarter, month name, and day. This is fine. Now let's apply the custom hierarchy over the axis and we're going to remove the old date. So we're going to remove the old due date. And let's see what we've got. So on the highest granularity, we start from quarter. We're going to change the order to be ascending. And we're also going to change the sort by to be by quarter rather than total sales. So if we go one level down, we're just going to enable the drill down. Let's go one level down. From quarter, we're moving on to month name. And you notice how the month name is sorted alphabetically. Let's go down to day level to see if the same thing applies to days. Go down to day level. Again, there's definitely something wrong with the order. So it's time for us to fix that. So we're going to go back to the data view and we're going to start sorting these things by another column. So month name will be sorted by month. Day will be sorted by day number. So day is now sorted by day number. And if we go back to our table, we get to see that everything is now sorted correctly. The week starts from Monday all the way to Sunday. If we go one level up, the month starts from January all the way to December. If we go another level up, we get to see the quarters from the first until the fourth quarter. And this is how we build custom hierarchies inside Power BI. We'll see each other in our next lesson where we're going to talk about Q&A.